Oh, hey guys.
Hey guys, welcome back
to another episode of We Should Have Recorded That.
We should have recorded that.
So just jumping right into it because again,
we already
had a whole conversation about whatever, and so we're like, you know what, we should record this. So here we are, and we're talking about a reality show called I don't know the name. I think it's Love and Marriage.
Love and Marriage Huntsville.
Okay, it's weird. It's called Love and Marriage Huntsville. Oh, maybe it's that. What's that?
Huntsville was Huntsville was the city. So maybe they thinking of we're going to expand.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Well, I mean, it is a really good show. I don't know if you guys haven't seen it, but I'm sorry. We're talking about a specific person on the show. It's one of the wives. Her name is Letitia. Mm-hmm. I was saying that I don't have an opinion of her yet. I do have an opinion, but I'm not going to, give my all into it because I just know me now. Mm-hmm. My opinions come fast. And I'm like, that's not fair to other people because, long story short, I took a test at work and I realized a part of my personality is I have high standards for people, which is very odd for me. To have high standards, it's like I need to have better standards for myself. But I do have good standards. I can do more. But the point is this: I have high standards for people, and so this lady, I don't know what it is about her. Like Sierra was saying that she has like a speech.
So we just met. So Jasmine's a little early in the season. Yeah. I've been watching, so I'm caught up. In one of most recent episodes, she talked with her mom about going to a speech therapist. Okay. So her mother had her when she was 16, so she had like a real strong connection with her grandmother, who's from the deep south. So just like my initial opinion is that she's just country. Yeah. You hear a little lisp, but I'm like this just maybe how she says words because she's very country. But the what's her name? Tisha?
Yeah,
Letitia. She realized that it's like a generational curse. Like her mom speaks not too well either, so she wants to just get it fixed because she realizing that it actually does affect like every aspect of her life. Like she said, in her marriage, she found herself like not speaking up. Mm-hmm. Like she always fall back, just follow after what her husband says. She said her children are starting to like mock her, like because that is very sad. Like they are, children privilege, right. And they look like they not even listen to her. Like if she yell at them, they just like, girl, sit down. Like a child. And my initial impression of her was just that, like when she had all these plans, she's like a double master. She wants to be a realtor. So she has all these plans to like just start her own career after being a mom for a couple of years. And I just was looking at her like, I'm proud of you, sis, but I don't know if not that I took it as a joke. It just seems like, I don't know. Just maybe I was comparing. What is it?
It seemed like she was capable.
Oh my gosh.
Seriously. No, I'm dead serious. And it has nothing to do with other than how she speaks, which isn't fair because even as I hear myself speak sometimes, I'm like, man, I could say this a lot better. Mm-hmm. Like this.
I don't want to a lot of times. But I know. Well, I'm like when I speak to you, like I'm not trying to change
I get what you're saying, but I mean like just in general, like it could definitely be a lot better. I can't fix that.
Like,
I tried to a long time ago. I can't say it. So it is what it is at this point. That's when I used to think I could speak well. Mm-hmm. Up until I gotten older. But so I'm not saying that, I could be better and I could see a speech coach. That's not what I'm saying. But I'm just saying watching her, she just comes off super incapable. Like
you honestly, saying that, I wonder if that's what her husband thought as well too.
I'm 100% sure that he hears her talk, and
he just thinks don't listen. Turns off. Because
I'm 100% sure.
So just one of the storylines is that she's been a stay-at-home mom for a couple of years, and she's deciding like, hey, I got all these degrees, I got my realtor license. She want to start working again, and her husband was like, that's not in the plans. Like, let's stick to my plan that I created. And she's kind of like finding her voice, like, no, like I want to have a little bit more purpose for my life. Right. These are things I want to do. And you do see him kind of like he completely brush her off and just like think that the end of that conversation was the end of her and these dreams. Right. But no, she decides to start getting her resume together. She starts going on job interviews, and she gets a great job that's better than her husband's job. So she comes back to him like, oh, are you there yet? I don't even know if you're there in the episode yet.
No, I'm not there, but it's fine.
So, she finds a great place, and she's doing very well. And I feel bad to even know. I don't know if that's what I was thinking, that she wasn't capable, but I did look at her kind of like kind of how you were looking like a teen mom almost. Like, I know you're going to do it, you're going to get it done, but it's like I was looking at you like, okay, we'll just see what happens.
And this goes back to, like I said, my vocabulary at this point. I can't even describe what I mean, but I get what you're saying. Like, she really.
And I feel so bad saying that.
That's the word.
Lord,
that's the word.
I just couldn't say she's a teen mom. It's getting worse and worse.
Well, that's it. That's what it was given. So I mean, but you know what? At the end of the day, I mean, I'm happy to hear that that's something she recognized in herself. That small part was keeping her back a lot from in life. That's crazy. And then now I don't even need to watch it. I already know her husband's like, who is she?
Yeah.
And only because
he got to listen to her a little bit too, because she whole ball.
Yeah.
She actually has a podcast now, like talking about like moms who do it all. Like, it's crazy because she really glowed up her life. Yeah. And maybe we were comparing her to Mel too, because Mel is
very articulate.
She's very articulate. She's the working mom. And in Tisha case, when we met her, she was a housewife.
Right.
So you know how people kind of look at housewives a little bit like, like you aren't a boss woman if you're a housewife. You staying at home, taking care of your kids. But Mel, went to school, got her job, she got her husband, she got her kids, but the husband actually take care of the kids when she take care of the kids. So you just kind of looked at them like maybe a stronger woman, and then so that didn't help. It just didn't. None of it helped.
Yeah,
it didn't. Her little lisp. It didn't.
I didn't know she had. I couldn't. Put
So you didn't know if it was actually like a lisp or it's just her accent.
That's crazy.
But she's saying it's a lisp, and she's going to a vocal coach, so it is. Her mother said she went to a coach like all the way up into high school, and it's never changed. I went to one too, me and Christian, but it was only for like a year or two, and I'm sure we were just kids and got together, but. I thought that was funny that you noticed that. Just noticed that because I was wondering, I was like, why? I honestly was just thinking like, yo, you on TV talking like that?
Exactly.
But then I kept saying like, these people are just from the country. Like, why do we like other people's accents but not, so that's why I just was like, okay, this is just your voice.
That's honestly, that's not it.
It's more to it.
Because everyone on there has a country accent.
They all do.
I don't feel any way about anybody but her. Like, it's just her.
It's just her.
And like I said,
sorry.
I don't know. Again, that's why I told you I wanted to hold all opinions until I watch more episodes to see if maybe it would change or what was up. But I just knew something wasn't off. I mean, but, and then maybe it's just like the whole, which is sad because maybe it's also I'm looking at a woman who's unsure of herself.
But that's what she was trying to tell her husband. Like, I'm unsure of myself because I'm not getting to be myself. Yeah. Like, I didn't plan to just be a mom. Like, you love your children, you're going to take care of them regardless of your work status. But she I set a life, planned to do more than this. And she really couldn't even explain why she was unhappy. Then she realized it's because she wasn't doing anything for herself. Like, she wasn't doing things that she planned on doing her whole life. So that's actually what she was. And she has changed. I will say that. And it hasn't, I'm sure the show is still within the same year. So she's changed a lot. So I'm actually proud of her.
Well, I mean, I am really happy to hear that. I mean, it's something to say. I mean, it's good that she's deciding to, break that curse. And then as I'm sitting here, just thinking about my family and how they too, because I was just telling my grandmother, she was talking about how they would have to put cardboard in their shoes when they get holes in them. And I'm like, that was only a few years ago. Like, that's wild.
Yeah.
Why are you doing that? Like, that's just odd to me. And to think that, again, if my grandmother really didn't decide that she wanted better, not to say we would have holes in our shoes, but, we could be in a bad spot. And that's crazy to me. And then also my grandmother, even when I was younger, I would tell her, correct her on her speech. And I never was doing it to make fun of her,
Yeah,
ever.
you
But it was just
probably
like a child, like, you know,
knowing
that's
what
how
it's
you
supposed
say
to be.
it.
You were just taught it.
Yeah,
like,
now
well,
my brother, on the other hand, he's rude. He means it mean.
He says,
that's
get
how
it together.
Yeah, because he's told her, I'm smarter than you.
He said that?
He was a baby, too, saying something like that.
Because your little
I'm
ass just
smarter
learned
than
one
you
word.
and Tanya. That's crazy.
Wrong on so many levels
He
at
was
that
very
point.
smart.
Hmm.
And but yeah, so I mean, in my family, so then my mother's side of the family, my grandmother, I never met. Oh, I met my great grandmother, but yeah, they all. I mean, it probably was Southern,
Mm-hmm.
but they never lived in the South. And people say Baltimore's the South, but yeah, but no. And,
PG is the South.
Yeah, that's very Southern.
Yeah, then that's how you see it. Like, okay,
go
Maryland
to
is
PG.
Southern. Go
Exactly.
to PG.
So I get that, and then on my father's side, they're from the Eastern Shore country.
Mm-hmm.
So, and then even when having a conversation with them, I can hear a difference in how I even talk. Like everything's it's quick, it's jumbled, and it's a mess. And you know, and I remember, first of all, actually it's very vivid. I remember working in an internship, and I don't know what it was. I remember I'm gonna use the word proper because that's the only word I can use that I can think of. But I remember specifically always talking proper outside of work. I didn't want to lose that because it's hard to be in the middle. Like, what do you want me to do? So I just decided, and I remember my uncle said, it pissed me off because I can vividly remember. He was like, you don't gotta talk like that outside of work. And I'm thinking to myself, this is an internal struggle for me, and I don't even know what to do. And I didn't change that moment, but it was something to think about. And I just chose to just, talk like how I talk now. Like, I don't have time to be that all day.
So I've been thinking lately that that's been a downfall for me. Because if you think about it, I've been saying I wanted to speak a little better for a while now. But I always go back and say I don't feel like I have to change the way I speak. Like, I can figure if I slow it down enough,
just slow it down.
I'll be fine. But I do feel like, just how they say, like, you write in text too much, you change the way you write.
That's
like,
why I don't.
Me talking in colloquialisms all the time, in the majority of my settings, then to try to flip it and try to sound like eloquent when I speak.
Right.
It is getting harder. Like,
Isn't it?
To where,
I'm serious.
like, when I'm speaking to, like, even like to my boss, like, I am speaking really fast, and he'll be like, we'll say, like, what you say? And I'm like, well, let me slow down and try to get it together. So it's not just that, but it's when I'm trying to explain stuff to people, like, I don't know if it's me, like, second guessing myself when I'm talking, probably. Because I do know sometimes when I don't really know what I'm talking about, it's weird, but I'm aware of it. Yeah. But I really think I hurt myself because I realized when I first learned about code switching, that's what I was doing. I'm like, oh no, I'm not going to live like that. I'm not going to do it.
It's natural.
But now it's gone too far because when I'm in professional settings, I still speak like this. And so I'll be working from home, and Diane will hear me on the phone, like, talking to someone, and she's like, Cece, like, you say so much, and I was like, I tell her, like, no, this is me just trying to be relatable to people, like, because I don't have to sound like a damn robot because I'm talking to you. Yeah. Like, I find a way just to make myself feel calm, and we're going to get through this conversation. Together. So I'm talking just like this, and she's like, Cece, you don't hate yourself. You clear your throat 20 times a second. I was like, it must be natural for me now. Like, it's nothing I can do. But now I'm aware of it because she was telling me. So I'm like, let me try to, speak a little clearer, a little slower. But it's getting harder.
Yeah, no, I do get what you're saying because we're getting stuck in our ways.
Yeah, we get stuck in our ways now.
Minds have
but we should be able to, right? But
you have to understand. I'm not even joking at this point. Like, it's scary to the point where I'm like, I don't even want to think about it. I'm not gonna put it out there, but it's just like. Seriously, like my mind
is slowly. It's not working as much.
The brain ain't working because something simple like Spanish. Mm-hmm. I took Spanish since the 7th grade up into high school. I know these words and I'm not going to say I still don't know it, but it's not as easy as it was for me. So when people are going back to school and they 90, first of all, not sure how you doing.
How you doing it?
It's impossible. It's no way. Like, it's crazy. I mean, I'm not going to do that. Maybe I need to exercise my brain. I don't know. But it is seriously getting harder to, like, to the point where I don't even know it's me just choosing. I have had different jobs. Ask me anything about something I did
2 years
4 months ago. Oh,
4 months ago.
I'm serious here. I don't. It's too much.
That's true.
That's like,
that
what are you
true.
asking me to remember that for? Like, I was just in a different state doing the same thing I'm doing currently, but they had different regulations. Ask me what we were doing over there. I cannot tell you.
If you don't use it, you lose it. That is really true.
Scary.
That's why I started getting back into politics, because I know that I used to love it. Now it's a whole nother beast. But I was like, let me start, because I did realize, like, I'm not. It's the world, man. They got our focuses. They got us just focused on so many too many different things to where, like you said, like, I'm in a new job too. And when you said, I'm like, oh yeah, I don't even know the name of the systems I used to use.
Nothing. I'm like, what's it called?
And I used to know every password, every system. Now I'm like, that's so. And this was May, so I don't know what I would do if I had to go back.
That's why crazy. I told my husband. I told him, I said, I realized I'm a very fast learner. I can learn it like this. Yeah. And I'll lose it just as fast because my mind is, however I process it, and that's why I can learn it so fast. So I probably make room and I have shortcuts in my mind, and then those shortcuts, if I don't use them all the time, are gone. Like I said, I was an optician at one point. Ask me anything about.
You were an optician.
I don't remember any of that. Like, I worked so hard to know it, but once I didn't have to use it, out of my mind, it's gone. Like, I mean, I remember certain things, but it's just like, for the majority of it, and people might say, oh, it's normal, but I don't know if that's normal. Like, because thinking about my memory from a child, and I understand I'm getting older, but that's too bad. I was only a child not too long ago. My God, isn't 20 a child? 21, 23? Why is it? My memory, I feel like back then. But then again, you got to think about your priorities and what was happening to you. I wasn't doing much of anything either.
And you got to think about, all right, so random, but it relates to this. We were looking at pictures, my aunt's getting married, and it was a picture, like, me and my brother and my sister. And I was like, we can remember this day. Like, we look at the picture, remember these things. And I was like, do you think, because we can't remember other things that vividly. I'm like, do you think we remember this because we keep going back to this picture?
Yeah,
like, we keep going back to that. And it's like, we going to always bring up that same memory because that's what happened that day. Yeah. So that is true. Like, because that's why we forgot 90% of the rest of our life, because we don't have anything to, like, hold on to it to make us remember. Because like, think of when you talk about the second language, like, that was a commodity because, like, you learned something. And now
and to be honest with you, I have talked to other people who they knew. I'm like, what do you mean you knew a second language? And they said they just stopped speaking it, so they don't know it. That's weird. What do you mean?
That's where I'm at with Spanish. Like, I used to, first I was good. First I could say it, and I was like, oh, I can still read it. Now, if I read it, I'm sure I can still read, like, a good amount of stuff. But if I went to Mexico right now, like, I can tell you where that we can eat at. Like, I don't know. I can figure it out. I can't follow no directions to get us nowhere because I'm going to forget those words.
It's crazy. It's wild. The mind is serious, and it's very serious, and it's something that you want to take care of, because that's important. Like,
it's crazy because I swear that has always been my goal, to, like, be in control of my own mind and take care of it. That's why I wanted to get into public relations, because I'm like, this media thing, they got too much power over what we do and think and spend our time. And now we are just so consumed in everything, like, but ourselves at this point. And I'm forgetting my own damn life. That's crazy.
You gotta do off the grid.
Yeah, maybe.
I'm sure they got something out here that you can partake in. That'd be awesome. I would love to do something like that. To really, like, unplug, for real unplug. I mean, like, take away everything. Like, take me back. I need to get grounded, seriously, but I'm pretty sure people who do stuff like that, they come out here probably don't even want to be here. Exactly.
So somebody was talking about Kanye. I have not listened to the album.
I only listened to a few songs and I love it. Honestly, I
but
don't even remember what I heard, but I
like
loved it.
I feel like I haven't listened to the last album because I know I will love it. Like I'm a Kanye fan.
Yeah.
Like he's making music. I mean, he can be changing, but
Love it.
he's been changing his whole career, and we still like the music that he put out. So I'm like, if I listen to it, I know I'm end up liking it, and I just don't want to like it right now.
Okay.
So I was listening to somebody like commentary on it, and they were just saying like it's just produced so well, good music. But I was happy to hear that because I'm like, this is what I thought too. The idea for it to be a gospel album, but it's like, well, Kanye, what are you trying to say to us? Because Kanye just thinks that he's on, well, maybe he is on a different level intellectually, and that's because somebody made a comment like he's so far removed from Black culture, like he doesn't know what it is. It doesn't have to be a bad thing, but the way we look at it, it's his life. The way we look at Black culture and us trying to like hold on to it, us trying to value it, like he don't see any of that.
He
like
lost that.
He lost it completely. That's why it's like, as a Black person, we're like, that's crazy. But for him, as a human being, he's like, well, y'all looking at Black culture is really just a commodity for other people to make money off of y'all. So why are we focused on it? But my only thing was, how are you making like this gospel album? Like, are you into religion now? And I guess his point was yes, but his larger picture of what him talking about was saying that we are fighting for like some things that don't exist. So he talking about like influence is power. He, I guess, feels like he has it because he has like his own money now. Like he is not being influenced by what we are. So somebody was like, he's so out of touch. Like if you ask him about like a police brutality shooting or something, like he wouldn't know. He wouldn't know that. But that doesn't mean that he's like wrong with the fact that he's not being distracted by that.
Right.
Like,
Lil Wayne is in that same boat.
Yeah, it's the same boat to where. So people are looking at him like, you're so ignorant, but it's like it doesn't affect him. It doesn't affect his life. So it would be good for him to be aware of what other people's struggles are, what they're going on. But it's like, if we do think about it at another level, saying they are distracted, because we are saying we woke, so we know they're distracting us with some of this stuff. So if he is not being distracted by it at all, he had a lot of free time to do a lot of other things to where he probably is on a different level intellectually aware. I would want to get there. Like, it would be nice to not have these struggles. That's why
it's scary too.
It's
because
scary. Like how he went so far to say slavery. Like he went so far to where he's not removed. He's not connected to this. To where he like, well, if you think about it, why was slavery 100 years? Like, it's a crazy stuff because I know a lot of people have thought that.
Okay,
but,
say this again.
When Kanye went on his rant and saying that slavery was a choice because it was an institution for over 150 years. Like, it is insensitive to say. That's the basis that we can say. But it's not, because I'm sure that a lot of us have thought about that before. Like, we know how hard it would be to get out of it. We're not saying that, but you would think that for 150 years, those are generations. Like, that's a crazy power struggle that's holding people together. But that's a long ass time
Businesses
for
don't
people
even
to
last that long.
Exactly, it's a long ass time for people to be stuck that way. So if we're not thinking about, the people who were involved, we just thinking about how was that able to last that long. Yeah. Someone would say, well, that may be a choice that we just kind of gave up. We did, like, you could say that. Right. Still might be hurting some people's opinions, but you couldn't say that. So that's where he's really been at for the past couple of years. And it's like, maybe he's not wrong.
Let me say this, because all this is very true. Because you know me, and this is so random, but Geminis. Me and my cousin was talking about this, and people think we're what?
One side.
Not him. I forgot he is a Gemini, but that's how I brought it up.
I'm not even talking about, just when you brought up signs. I wanted our topic to be signs today.
Did?
I swear to God, I have it in my phone because I was like, I'm really back into this. I just be reading about myself, and they just are me. So if people read them about, okay, now you can continue. I just think that's so funny.
But Geminis, because they say we're dual signs, and people think we're two-faced, and this has nothing to do with being two-faced, and it comes off that way because we're very perceptive. So we have the ability to see different sides, and it can change in an instant. Like 1 second I could be arguing with you about pumpkin spice whatever, and then
Latte.
you know like how I hate it, and then you give me some whatever, and I'm like, okay, some good points, yeah, whatever the case may be, and I can change my mind in 5 minutes. It's just the ability to see different perspectives, so it comes off as two-faced, depending on the topic. So dang it. So I do get Kanye's side. I get it. But then what he has to also realize is his wife and what she represents. Like literally saying how it doesn't exist, it doesn't affect you, but it's still affecting us, and you're literally married to it. As far as appropriation of culture, making money off of us, like that's her whole family. Like it's crazy.
So that's what, again, I did not watch the Kanye. I only watched commentary on it. But they said that he brought that up, and because he said he had to have a conversation with her, like, I'm your husband. I don't agree with you doing these things. So he talked about how her being on the gram, you know, showing her body and stuff, like disgusting. It hurt him. Like people come at him, you know, saying like, we know everything about your relationship, your wife, her body, everything, because that's what she's putting out. So he actually had a conversation with her. She's supposed to be changing. We don't know if she's changing because of him, but that's what it's supposed to be. Because she realizing that she's a wife and a mom now. Exactly. Okay. It's a lot, right? But that's why hearing him talk about like influence, how influence is power, how he's above these things, I can see why he's able to be with his wife. Just how Donald Trump think that he's right about things, because he's oddball. So just him being a businessman and mastering taxes. He's like, y'all the dummies. Like, you know, like I figured this out. It's not hurting me. It's benefiting me. Like, you get what I'm saying? Like, he's just like, this is one thing and I figured it out. Y'all so mad, but I'm doing it legally. Y'all just dumb for not even joining me. So that's how Kanye, and that's why I think Kanye is kind of relating him too, because he's like, his wife is just getting in on the business of making money. So he's like, well, if everybody is buying, he still has this idea of what black culture was. He said it's like video girls and shoes and cars and stuff. I'm like, my nigga, that's disrespectful for you to think that that's what black culture is. I mean, that's a part of it. It's a part of it, but that's not even the black culture that they stealing right now. They stealing. We ain't talking about that. Yeah, we far above that. They stealing our fucking life at this point. They are stealing our life at this point. So, but that's what he was saying. He's like, well, we kind of just buying into what, you know, bigger people are buying into, so nothing we do is wrong. And they said, well, you know, he's been successful in a lot of these different fields, so he puts himself in these, he has a bigger inflated ego because he has been successful in these things. So he's not going to relate to anything that a black person is going through. If his wife is still in the culture, he's like, my wife is just making money. So he really don't see her as still, you know, he probably would never admit that his wife made it because for taking the likeness of black people. He like, no, she got there on her own merit and she stayed there, and then she's making these big business, she's making these moves. Like he just wouldn't see it as that. Just like Donald Trump won't see the stuff that he's doing because he's like, it's working for me. Like I can't think about y'all. And that may be a good way to be like, I'm not thinking about y'all because this is just working for me right now. So I can sell this to some people, hashtag Republicans, and that's why they like, yeah, I'm going to benefit from this. Even, like I heard T.I. talking about, like, yeah, his taxes have helped me because I'm rich. So he knows it's helping him, but he's saying T.I. is still being connected, saying that it's some other shit that's going on that's not right. Kanye just like, I'm not related to that. Like, I'm not.
I get it. I do understand. I don't know if that's good or bad. I don't really know because I have never been in that space to say. I don't know. That's a scary thing to think of because then I feel like when you start to say that, then blackness is not a thing. That's what they were saying. That's like, he literally don't call himself black. Like that's what you're telling me.
But you gotta think about it. Is it a thing when we live in a world that's only about money? Like, it was that us holding on to that because we like,
that's all we got.
This is us, and y'all taking it, but still making money. Like they taking it back to money. We like holding on to it because they like, this is us as a people. And when you kind of look at stuff as a bigger picture, it's like,
So what should we do? Let go?
No.
Don't fight about
No,
nothing?
yeah, not let go. We just gotta find. I think, and that's insert
money?
Jay-Z. We gotta find a way to get a piece of our pie. You don't have to lose yourself. You can still like morals is a real thing, but it's not a real thing.
Yeah,
That's the best way to say it. Like you want to be a good person. That's people. But we gotta remember that everybody in this world don't even have the same religious base to us.
Right.
That came up in the Kanye document. They said it was little Jewish kids literally buying merchandise to say, God is everything or God is king. You're Jewish.
Right.
You're literally fucking Jewish. Like, and you are here to hear it's a gospel album. And people aren't even realizing that, like, you keep saying it's music, but it is more than that. So now it's too many layers to it. But it's like, that is kind of crazy that now people are listening to Kanye because it's Kanye, but it's a whole gospel album. And probably 90% of y'all aren't Christians. Well, he's praising God. So he's saying he's a Christian. So
that's what he says?
Yeah, like he I guess within his interview, he did an interview with one of the radio guys. I forgot what his name is.
It wasn't Charlamagne.
Big Boy? Not Charlamagne. Not Charlamagne. Well, that was from the last album. But he did an interview and he was saying that he realized he needed to change when he put out that dumbass song with Lil Pump.
Okay.
What was the song?
I don't know.
I love it. That song. I don't even know what
like that song.
But I guess they was reading the lyrics. I'm like, who knew he said this dumbass stuff? And they were saying that he realized, like, I'm a 40-year-old man.
Yeah. I mean, I did think that.
Yeah, it's dumb. Like, why are you still trying to do this? Yeah. So that's when he started just going back to roots and just stuff that was comfortable for him. So that's why it was gospel. But yeah, and they said throughout every song talk about Jesus. Like, it's really a gospel choir. It's Christianity, Jesus is what they talk about throughout the album.
I didn't listen to the whole thing, but I heard the songs that they going on.
I'm not sure because I remember not the last one, the last album that was good.
Jesus?
Was it Jesus? When
you didn't hear yet. Oh, you talking about the one?
I didn't hear
Pablo.
Yet. The one, Life of Pablo, because that was like that was a great album. It was like a good little blend. It was crazy, but it was still a good album because even if it had 4 songs, that was great. It was the way they produced it was a good album. Yeah. But
I mean, you talking about somebody being a human being on another level that I don't even know about.
Yeah, that's what it is. It really could be that he just had never. Because I'd be just thinking, the only reason I'm kind of like relating to it is because all the time I talk to Christian, and I'd be just trying to explain these emotion things to him, and he just like, no, like they don't exist. Like, not like emotions don't exist, but because it's just funny because that's why I think it's perfect. Because I'm just talking to him, I'm like, no, like you aren't understanding the situation because you don't want to insert these emotions here, and he's like. Because nobody don't have time for that. Like, the world didn't used to have these goddamn emotions that we have now. Like, emotions are probably...
I will say this.
Emotions are...
What? I don't know what you're trying to say. But
no, it's a distraction, too. That's what I'm trying to get to.
And then as you use that word, which is very scary to think that what we're allowed... That's a word. It's real. Allowed to see and have in our life would be for a reason. Crazy, and to think, because you remember when we were younger, you was like, well, why do they keep putting out these slavery movies? That is a hard thing. I just said that yesterday. I saw Harriet Tubman. I'm like,
why are we saying another Harriet Tubman movie? Put it on a $1 bill so we can move out. Yeah. Why are we saying this again?
That's wild.
Sickening.
It is wild. Like They keep doing no
sense.
And we don't need to see Harriet rescuing. Why do y'all want to keep
Harriet is actually in our school books. We do not need to see another fucking movie.
Why do we?
I didn't cry so much over that.
About slavery.
No
it's the same thing.
reason.
Nothing's changed.
Nothing changed. A bigger budget to remind us you was the motherfucking slave. It's the weird. I swear I saw it this week.
It's for the new generation who didn't know. It's like that generation.
Oh, no! Y'all think you got president? We need to remind you, you were a slave before. Like
they do gotta stop that. We don't need to keep seeing slavery movies.
It's triggers. Yeah, it's literally and it's the sickest shit. Like which scares me again because I'm like,
what they got going on.
Who's thinking about this? Who's
This
20
is
steps
great.
ahead of us?
Yeah.
Like coming out with this shit. Let's throw Harriet back out there. We're gonna give her a hat in the boat this time, and it's nuts. It's really sick.
And I do understand. The only movie that I was for because it gave a different narrative was Birth of a Nation. That's the only reason
it was
why.
also made by black men.
Yeah, and it gave that's what we need.
And that's what we different. We needed to see that to be like, oh no. They
rebelled as well instead of just being beaten and raped. Yeah. How many fucking times you need to tell me you was beaten and raped?
How many times? I'm sorry. So like, cause it's crazy, and that's why I remember we would be talking about stuff, getting angry, like we really were being triggered. Yeah. Not even know that's what they wanted us to be. Like it's crazy. Yeah, they are controlling everything, y'all. I don't know how we even got here. Yeah. But it is really, and it really is crazy, and that's why if you're able to not see that, that's probably a great, just right now. I don't know forever if it's going to be a benefit to you. But to kind of get you where you need to go, it will be some good traits to have because these emotion things is crazy. Kanye brought up in the video talking about he bipolar. Then a couple minutes later say he's gonna run for president, and I'm just like, you even saying you're bipolar, for me, made me realize that he is not maybe on the level that he think he is. Because I don't want to get into mental health because I don't really know anything about it, but I think about how many people have been diagnosed with bipolar just recently. And I'm not saying that you aren't going through something. I'm not saying that you don't have bipolar, but if we go back to just saying the word trigger, like everybody got these things. Bipolar, I remember looking that up a couple years ago because I found out somebody I knew had it, and they said it happens at a later stage in life, normally like early adulthood. Aren't you crazy? Early when you're 18, you don't know what you're going to do. I'm saying like that's the perfect time for you to feel like you don't have control, for your moods to be swinging. Yeah. That's the perfect time, and that's when you decide to classify me as bipolar. It's like it's odd. It's very odd, and it's like our society right now. Everybody want to have something. Like everybody is just trying to figure out the crazy emotions that we got in, and so we are being clinically diagnosed for these crazy emotions. Dr. Jess talked about that, and I love her and Charlamagne talk too. Dr. Jess, she is a black, I want to say psychologist. Okay. The one without drugs.
Okay, her psychologist.
So the
psychiatrist.
Yeah, so she's a psychologist, and she was just saying that she wasn't saying like don't be diagnosed, but she was saying when we get to the clinical part of it, so. Bipolar is a clinical thing. So she we got to be careful with that because that's literally everybody.
Yeah, I'm
getting diagnosed.
Sure I'm crazy.
And I was like, I'm pretty sure 100%. I'm bipolar at this point. Like, Sierra can be angry about something, and then 5 minutes later, I've been moved on. I'm not crazy. I'm just dealing with this shit, and I'm moving on. It might come back up,
right? But
I'm pretty sure that's being human. Right. Like, I don't really have control of it. I'm just trying to figure out when it happens. I know, I can acknowledge it happened, and I guess maybe when you're bipolar, you may not know, you aren't able to explain why it's happening. I don't know the depths of it, but just for him to be like, yeah, I'm bipolar, and I'm just like,
no, Kanye. I mean, you're definitely a nut, but
for you to say that, it really I didn't like it because it made it seem like you were pushing mental illness again, like you want people to start. Me too. I'm bipolar too, and I'm like, Kanye, that's dangerous again. It's dangerous.
It's scary.
And I know you know what you're doing because for you to be so, it's raining again. For you to be so intellectual, and then call yourself that term, I didn't get it. I didn't because I was like, for you to say that, it's showing me that you aren't where you are because you would realize. We can be more complex than just diagnosing it, with these old terms of, oh yeah, I'm bipolar.
Yeah.
You can do better than that.
I'm pretty sure if I were to go see a psychologist, they would think I'm crazy. It's crack. 100%. Like if I told
how are you coming up with these answers? Like, how do you respond this way?
They would think I'm a nut. Like, I already know it. Like, I would.
We're not crazy, by the way.
Yeah, not at all. I mean, to the sense of, I just know, like you said, I recognize I'm mad sometimes. Sometimes I'm not. And then I can express me being mad in crazy ways. Let me tell you something. It's always gonna be by myself because I know it's crazy. Because it's like you ain't gonna catch me looking. I mean, somebody might.
Sorry to keep saying crazy, but
yeah, I don't know how to say it. It's odd. I don't know what you want me to say, but I can drive my little car. Oh my goodness, I will go nuts.
Don't even realize some old shit. Just
yeah,
where did that come from?
Yes, it's just like if you go. Like you just gotta let out, and I realize
until you're able to figure out,
and I'm like, what was that about? Like it's just like it just happens. I recognize it. I will say going to the gym, has helped me out a lot with whatever that is. If it's stress, I don't know if my body just don't know how to react to stress or is reacting to stress. It's just I recognize it and I see it, I know it, and I just do my best to acknowledge it because, you know, at the end of the day, like, but I never thought, you know what, I need to go talk to somebody about this. I never thought that. I just thought, man, I'm stressed. That's all I would ever think. Like,
because that's kind of where the majority of the world is, where you kind of got to figure it out, you know, and go through it and figure it out. Which it doesn't have to be anything wrong with that. It's fine to go talk to somebody. I'm not saying nothing's wrong with that.
I would love
to. Yeah, like it would be fine to just talk about stuff that makes you uncomfortable and just keep having to talk about it. Like, I'm sure that's going to help some people out, but
I should do it because I got a lot of thoughts.
I'm gonna say we talk about it in my family a lot. Like, yeah, we probably should just get some damn therapists.
I got a lot to say. I just want to bounce some ideas off of somebody just to say whatever I want.
Am I okay for feeling like that? Because that's where it's at. Because when it's too close, we be just thinking about too much. Like, Jess, you can't think like that. Am I okay? Let me just talk to this stranger real quick. Get this off my chest.
They gonna hand me on the list.
You won't be grabbing her wheel no more.
I swear to God,
it's not even funny, but it's really funny because I don't know. We just cynical enough to get to a place where we're like, it's just gonna fucking happen. Let it happen.
You know me to say.
You don't have to. Don't diagnose yourself to where you fucking up your life because you diagnosing yourself. That's the only thing.
You know one thing. I'm sorry to cut you off, but somebody said, well, I'm not gonna say I'm sorry when I did it.
Yeah, I really.
I don't know, but that's odd. Like, where are we at now? What's the new? What do we say?
What we say?
I'm cutting you off. Okay. Like, you know, like that's odd.
That's just his world. Stop saying sorry, woman. I can fucking say sorry because I started saying sorry a couple times in the podcast, and I'm like, oh, they say don't say sorry, but why would I can say sorry and still be okay. Like,
remember the girl Jennifer from high school? She used to always say that. I'm so sorry. Anyway, nobody knows her.
Nobody. Hey, Jen. She may be listening. Hey, girl.
I like her a lot. You know what?
To
speak of a person.
Remember
yes, and she just. It was such a dramatic.
You know this is you because if she listening, she gonna know that she's when she found
and then she apologized for following. I was like, wow.
She like, I know it was. Sorry. A lot.
I liked her. You know what? I met another person in my life who reminded me of her, but it wasn't. I wasn't ready.
Okay.
Anyway, I was gonna say, even though it's like another thing, this is just an observation because I watch a lot of reality shows and
we love reality.
Love
TV.
it, but
we're distracted.
These people are nuts. No, they're for real crazy. And man, how are you on a show and okay? Can you imagine being on a reality show? I'm dead serious. I thought about this. Anybody, I don't care.
Just how are you just on a show?
Why are you on a reality show not crazy? You gotta be crazy. Like, I mean, it's because I would quit. If I joined a show, it would be too much for me. I wouldn't be able to handle it. Like, I was the only person who's seen, let me say this, the only cast I can think of right now off the top of my mind, the Real Housewives of Atlanta, only a few of them seem normal. But I mean, like, that's a lot. You're being, unless they like it.
That's why Nene snapped last year with that damn closet.
Okay, all these years you've been on a show, being recorded, being asked questions, and people in your life, you're on Facebook, Twitter, everybody's in your business, and it's just like, you got to answer questions, and you're supposed, and then her husband's dealing with cancer. What in the world? How are you mentally? No.
That's why they not okay.
No.
Like
No. That's why they work out every day.
Yeah.
Because there ain't no way in the world I could be on the show. That's just a personal observation. I was like, because I was watching Real Housewives of Orange County. I went back and watched the last season. And they look crazy.
Yeah, that. No, you know what? So this was when I was watching Atlanta last week, and after Atlanta, New Jersey came
I
on.
love that one. That was a great season.
No, that's
great season.
Made me realize I didn't watch this. I'm only watching a
I can't
reunion,
wait to see the new season.
and it is the craziest shit. That's why when you was talking about it, that was the only thing in my mind. First of all, just seeing Danielle's face,
Yeah,
nuts.
Which part of it?
Her face. I'm sorry to keep it. Her face.
She looks
showed up at the reunion. Then they showing clips from the season, y'all. That's a couple months ago. Completely different face. Like, okay. Now she here. Face is protruding. Thickest face I've ever seen in the world. Yeah. What? I'm like, no one wants to comment on. That's why we crazy. I know we brought that up before. That's why y'all crazy. Y'all calling her whores and all these things. Now one of y'all comment on her face, looking like nobody. I'm like, hey, Danielle, look great. Andy Cohen. She looks sick.
She doesn't look good at all.
She was so skinny. Her face was the heaviest thing on her body. And you look great. And I'm just like, y'all nuts. Yeah. But then they moved on just to Teresa. Yeah. And I even saw this little catch up that they did with her. And I'm like, they asked her and her husband, would you, like, after all of this shit happened, like, would you have wanted to do the show if you would turn out like this? And I'm like, I hope they say no. Y'all lost have turned. Yeah. And here she go trying to move. That's someone slow. She's slow.
But you know what? Slow. I had that too.
Or maybe she just not even slow. She just have never continued growing.
But again, I thought that too. But I was like, honestly, Jasmine, shut up, because she has books and shit. She's good. Like, I don't know
she got people. She got a team.
I don't care.
Well, think about it. If the way she grew up, if she grew up like a hashtag Italian person, she grew up to be like
she got some type
a mom.
Of
grew up
mindset.
To be, you know.
You got to make decisions like you got to.
She ended up in jail because of some business decisions.
No, I think she was signing papers that
I know. But I think
her husband did tell her to just sign
it. Definitely wasn't her. She would not know how to do that. No, she just signed a damn paper. Yeah. And I realized it is kind of wrong they sent her to jail. But I think her just being on that show, that's a Kardashian thing. She was on this show, and people just started coming to her with things she could do. Okay. So if your mom, she cooks. They said they took all the recipes from her mom. So that is working because she has this influence now. But that girl,
I get what you're saying. I understand that. I thought the same thing. I thought the same thing when I was watching a reunion, and I was like, but then again, I think about myself. I mean, I know I'm not there, but I'm like, well, I'm not.
Yeah, I mean, you're not there.
So I'm just like, honestly. But no, I can't say that, because if I'm on a show, I definitely would have an opinion and can articulate myself enough to but she
can't even do that.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, I'm a little bit better than that.
That's why I'm just like, I'm trying to figure her out, but she can't.
Yeah. She's like,
her mind doesn't work right.
No, that's not it. What it is, she holds back. She don't talk. She don't speak her opinion. That's her
That
issue.
could be it.
That's
that
all
could be
it
just
is.
The way she was raised.
And she should just say how she feels.
Well, no, she actually did. So they were talking to the sister-in-law. What's the sister-in-law name?
Melissa.
Yes, and somehow they was talking, and Teresa made a comment, and Melissa caught on to it. Yeah. And she was like, no, so you think like I'm being meanie? I don't know. Right. But Teresa caught on to it and then just went left. Yeah. I'm like, how did your mind get to that? I mean, the girl knew like what she was trying to say. But like, how did your mind get to that? She has the mind of a child. I'm telling you, that's all I can see. Because even Andy asked her a question. I guess Carolyn made a statement. Did you see Carolyn like, this may happen in the future? Right. She narked on us. She that is not the connection Andy was looking for. Right. He was just saying like, whoa, like it's crazy that actually happened. She probably the one who snitched on us. I'm like,
and it's just like, no,
that's not what happened. No one thought that. No one. You were a nut, but she thought that in her body. Like,
you think so?
She really was like, Yeah, I'm thinking it too, Annie. She's the
I'm
one
trying
who
to tell you,
snitched
she
on
don't want to
us.
express her opinion.
Maybe.
Trust
Maybe
me.
not. Okay.
Trust me.
I hope
Because
so. Because that
we're
girl
about to
don't
see
got
a
nothing to say.
new Teresa.
Yeah, it
this
seemed
coming
like
season,
it. That
'cause
is
she's
true.
starting
That is
to
true.
talk. Because
Mm-hmm.
her and her husband had that one-on-one,
Mm-hmm.
and she's been saying
She
she
angry
don't
with
say.
him.
Yeah, she's
She
pissed
just couldn't. Yeah.
that she lost time with her mother
Mm-hmm.
because she,
That is very sad.
she didn't know she was going to lose her 8 months later. 8 months is a long time, but that's nothing
Not
in
when you
comparison
just
to
lost the whole year with her.
Yeah, exactly. So that, and then now she's saying, she wouldn't. She now she's saying the word cheat. I think he has cheated on me. She wasn't saying that before. We all saw it on the show. He's like being nasty and moaning on the phone. Remember when they went to the wine?
Yeah,
the vineyard.
That's my
He's
wife.
crazy.
My bitch of a wife.
Yes.
That's so
that
rude.
was wild.
And she just did. And you're right. She had nothing to say about that. She just nothing.
But now,
but the fact
everything.
she did go through a bit. Being in jail, I don't care what kind of jail. She was in jail for 11 months.
A long time.
I hate you too. And that's probably what she at. I didn't try to be this ride or die wife forever, but sir, I had to sit in jail.
Right. Now you want me to move to Italy? No.
What else can I do for you? No.
Yeah.
Then I had to raise the children by myself.
Right. Make the money.
No, I can't. And I'm happy that she's at that point because she said, "Yeah, we're not going to Italy.
Yeah,
we're gonna go visit him because y'all cameras is going."
And that's it. But we get paid.
Yep, because we're gonna get paid, but we will not be moving my family to Italy.
She, honestly, I mean, a long time ago, I don't think they were ever a good. Maybe at one point they were a good match, but at a certain point they definitely lost it, and she doesn't need them. Honestly,
yeah, she don't need them, man. I think she's probably just grown up they knew each other for,
Yeah, they were young.
Yeah, they was just young. And then they were rich.
Yeah.
And the fact that they would sit there talking like they don't know they love each other, I'm like, y'all don't.
They don't. It's just like, who said, we've seen this,
we're going to see when we get back together.
Right. Maybe if I see him, then he made a comment about her trading her in for somebody younger.
Yeah.
Stuff like that.
He means
shit like that.
Yeah, don't play with me when we just went through jail bids.
Come on now.
That's outrageous.
That's wild.
But I'm happy to see her because if she was saying we sticking it, no, you done been through so much.
She gonna divorce him.
She
and
can't
be happy.
wait.
She's already probably dating.
Yeah. Well, she said she has some friends. So go ahead, baby sis.
Yeah, because he does.
Yeah, he got
come on,
now.
And then the brother done had him lined up. He got off the plane.
Was I did in this. Them Bravo showing their little one-on-one was so good because it changed my mind on that whole situation. It is wrong that man is getting deported. I understand he committed a crime, but my nigga, he's been over here since he was a year old. He's y'all convict. Don't send him back to Italy. Right. We ain't have no parts in his life. Right. You want to send him to us? You created the convict. That's right. No, right. We not accepting them. Right. What y'all gonna do now? Because then the fact y'all let him get married. Right. How you even connecting her to these crimes? We not married because he's not a citizen. Right. At this point, how he get business loans? Black people can't get business loans. This man got a business loan. It's just so many questions. The feds want to be after him, and he's not even a citizen. Y'all all failed a million times. This is crazy that y'all even letting this play out like this because it don't even make sense. How did he move through life like this? And they're like, well, yeah, it's up to him. No, y'all kept allowing it to happen. Y'all gave him licenses and loans and just dumb. Right. Now we're going to send you to Italy. Yeah. Because that's where you were birthed, but not raised. No memory of Italy. No. Can't speak the language. Sense. Y'all need to keep him. And that's what my fight would be.
Their last fight.
Yeah, I didn't serve jail time over here and you want to No.
Yeah, no, I feel you. Because that's just crazy. You could have deported me before that.
Don't deport me. I don't want to do jail time over here.
Send me to Italy. That's crazy. And I know we went way off topic.
We did.
It went from just me talking about how I think they are not well, these reality
I don't know nobody not well.
Yeah, I do agree with that too. I definitely think that everyone is not...
It's crazy because they're showing us how to live, but they don't even get to live because reality stars are just showing us ways of life, but
a different way.
A different way of life, yes.
For sure, because they got a lot of stuff. like that. I don't really necessarily.
Crazy.
They really, literally always had the same thing. You know, one thing that I keep going back to, and I know we've had this conversation in a little bit, but I guess one of the ladies on the OC got divorced or whatever, and because for whatever reason. But anyway, so it always goes back to, because I told you I was watching or listening to a radio. Well, I was watching. It was a radio show, but I was watching it on their YouTube channel where they recorded it, and the guy was saying that it's something that that woman was doing to make that man say, "I want to marry her for the rest of my life." And I'm just sitting here thinking, and it's disgusting almost, because men actually play a huge role in it. Women easily just lose themselves. Like, it's crazy. And I'm not going to say there's not other reasons as to why men cheat, but no one's talking about women really let themselves go. I'm sorry to say it like that, but that's the truth. Like, I'm like, that's...
Yeah, the biggest issue, not that you cheated, is that...
What?
The issue is not really the cheating. It's like, well, maybe she really did change.
I'm so serious. Like, that's crazy.
That.
That's a wild thing to think about. But I'm thinking about it, and I'm like, honestly, this is real. Like, I'm so sorry. Like, it's a real thing. And I'm not... Come on now. Are we really... You keeping it up?
You know, I got an opinion. My opinion, right, inserted, is the goddamn submission. Is women not taking control of their life anymore, and that shit is not normal. It makes no sense. And that's why I do not understand submission, because it just makes no sense to say I've been making these active decisions my entire life. Single, yes, to get in my entire life, and now you want me to fall back in my own life? Like, I'm lost. I'm really lost, like, because I know who you're talking about, and I'm just like, this lady is so sad, but I was just looking at her like, did you have any love in this marriage? For how many, like, because it seemed like it was some shit for some time, but she still was so distraught by it, and I was just thinking, like, I don't know if women just have this in-game thing to with marriage, and so she just like, well, I made it here, and that's why we can relax now. But
you can never relax.
Yeah,
that's really what I just thought about. Honestly,
but it kind of got to be on both ends, because he can't relax in roles that he have too, and you expect him to hold up these roles. Women got to know that you gonna have to be expected to hold up some roles too. And when you that real and simple, it may work. But women, unfortunately, they have children. Now I'm tired. Now I'm bigger. Like, now life is happening. It's like.
And then
nasty Who am I?
That nasty man. They got no sympathy, empathy, or nothing, because he's nasty.
But that's
crazy.
It's no.
Isn't that wild?
You know what? Now I'm about to jump to another subject. It is our fault to keep putting sex at the forefront of every fucking thing. That's our fault. It's both. Because women know their power with men. Like that. Remember we talked about last week, like just the expectations, like with this relationship. A woman is going to already be where she needs to be at when this man found her.
Right.
That's period blank. Show me another story. He probably a rich man who just trying to save a hoe. Like, I don't see it any other way. Like, I'm serious. Like, he not going to be just waiting. Or you still not going to be a bad person. You're just a young girl who haven't accomplished yet.
Right.
Then it'll work. But other than that, you got to come together when you meet this man. So then you didn't strive to just get to this place. And now it's like, again, where am I? Where do I go now? Like, what do I do at this point now? We're waiting for him to tell us don't work. I don't know.
Isn't that it's a wild thing, and you know, I think about just some advice I was given about me. I was told, you know, it was really about working out, but I took it as always put yourself first. She was just saying put yourself first, and I'm like, that's a real thing, because that's always what you just said I've been doing. And not to say that obviously I'm not thinking about my spouse, but I'm a huge part of why you even interested.
Happy for us to be happy too. You gotta remember those things.
All of that too. And but I think sometimes as women we can shift happiness. Like, it can be me, it can be you.
You can be happy in your job. Like,
but I'm saying, like, it's different. Men are selfish, more selfish.
Yeah, they never going. Like, I want to tell a story, but I don't. It's so close.
Itching.
Because I'm trying to tell you, like, me and Deanna, we watch all these reality shows now, and now we keep trying to say, like, we are more complex than just saying, like, if somebody cheat, I'm done. Like, we trying to understand why the men cheating, why the woman, we be having these conversations, and it's just like, when you can put your finger on it and see, like, this is something where your husband would cheat, sis. Like, maybe you should be changing it up. Like, I can't, it's not that I can't blame you for cheating, but it's like, it's unfair that y'all in this situation and you're not taking any of the blame for it. Like, the cheating is not the whole thing.
Yeah,
like,
it's not.
Gotta understand
it's always two.
Regardless
of whatever. And I don't know, again, why, because you have to think, too, because that's been in the show Huntsville, cheating with
and I be getting swayed by him. I be getting swayed by
Really?
Martell. I'm trying. You gonna see some stuff too, because he's just saying, like, one thing when we first met them as a couple, all she talked about, she's his boss wife. Her husband be cooking. The husband pick up the children. He had a job too. Husband duties, that's their roles, and it's been working for them. And he was just like trying to explain, like, not to say too much, but he was just saying, like, he didn't want to sound, well, he sounds keep trying to blame it on his crowd. Right. And she started saying that too. Like, it was the friends he started hanging out with. And it's not being like, oh, I'm just influenced by these people, but it's just like, you in a room with men. Right. Even if you're just joking, you can hear some stuff that's coming out. And he's just like, well, this is what I do for my family. And I'm not being rewarded at all for my wife. That's what he thinks. Those are his feelings. And if you never did anything to make sure he don't feel like that, sis, that's part of your fault. So he's in a room, and he, like, his friends only work, come home to cook meals, come home to a wife. They come home to these things, and he didn't have that. So he's like, well, I'm killing it at life. Right. I got this wife. I got my family. I'm really taking care of. I got this money. Why can't I go get out some pleasure? And he was like, he really did start chilling with a girl. Now he paying for her apartment because he can do it. Like, that's stuff that men like to do. They love it. So I'm like, all these things sound dumb, but it's the realest thing. Like, I'm like, he's been completely honest. Right. And Deanna's like, well, you can't say, like, you persuaded by your friends. What if Mike did that? And I was like, what if Mike did? You need to pick, you get what I'm saying? Like, you can't say, if that was the case, like, you can't honestly understand why it happened. Like, you gotta be
the perspective part. Yeah,
we're humans. Come on now. That's what I said. I could know Sierra could easily cheat. But that's when we thinking about stuff with, like, when it's all based on the sexual thing. Because you could also just, like, it don't always have to be, now I'm gonna go cheat with another person. Right. Like, my nigga, it's other things you could be doing to try to make her realize it's not working. Right. But if we talking about just, like, going out of a relationship cheating, I can see how that would easily happen because I'm, at this point, going to be thinking about myself. Right. And if he's saying, like, we not even connected, we not, what else? What? Just the paper is left? Like, that's the only thing else that ties y'all together?
It's crazy.
It's crazy.
But, so that's just me looking at that now, and then you have, it's always the conversation of men cheat. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Like, that's a very interesting thing. Like, why is that set up like that?
That's why men be saying now, men don't cheat. And it's like, because they saying, no, some shit was broken. Actually, the OC years ago, what's Kelsey Grammer's ex-wife name? I forgot her name. I need to know. You know what I'm talking about, right? Camille, the poster child for it. Sis, I know he's a working actor, so they was used to being away from each other. But at some point, you can see how we aren't a unit anymore. So he had been away, like, shooting. She was like, and she was saying it, and I just was wondering, like, are you starting to hear these things? Like, she didn't hear it. Like, he had been away. She said she would see him, like, a couple times a year. And I'm just thinking, like, so it's no love. I don't see the love. Like, I know you just expect, like, this is your family now. I can get that. You expect, like, this is my family. This is what my husband is out here doing. Like, I'm holding it down. But also, you might have to be honest and be like, we aren't in that love thing anymore. Like, y'all family, I'm going to hold you down. But you know that, like, your heart ain't torn because he's away shooting now. And that's what he said. He was like, I was away from my family for, like, almost 2 years. Mm-hmm. I fell for somebody else. Like, it's not right, but it did happen. And Camille, you kind of knew y'all was separated all of this time. You know, like that's where you kind of got to think about it. Like, you know, that wasn't your husband. Like,
I get what you said. No, when you break it down like that, and I'm pretty sure, you know, I can see that. And then I think the issue is loving unconditionally when that's not true.
Yeah, when it's not true.
It's like, because you expect, well, we don't see each other, and so I expect.
But we're going to see each other now. We're going to.
But reality
like a long distance relationship. Like, you expect them to be, you know, we still together.
Right.
But now it's long distance relationship and y'all don't talk no more. Like, it's no interaction. Like, maybe you really just didn't know, but it's like, you probably should have been paying more attention to the relationship. I'm squinching at my face right now. You should have been paying attention, like, a little bit more to know, like, I hope this never happens to me, but I'm going to accept the fact. I will. Like, since you knew y'all wasn't together no more. That's all I'm saying. You knew you wasn't, but then she, like, was so hurt when it became, then that was the divorce. Like, and that's what the last lady, like, Shannon, you knew y'all had been a mess of a relationship. He cheats, you take him back, y'all start working on it. He cheats again. Like, it's not right, but you did accept back a cheater. That's one thing. You knew your relationship never got back right.
Right.
Why is the divorce killing you? Like, I'm
not going to say I don't understand her perspective too. Like, it's just, you know, you just get distraught. Like, I think people get so hung up on, and they should. It's marriage.
You can have some emotions.
Yeah, of course. And it is marriage, and depending on your beliefs, like, you know, we're supposed to work this out to the end, and then it's like, it's not working.
It's just for people for that like that.
Yeah.
Like, I know the marriage and you supposed to, because that was even like a topic on the real, like, how far you gonna be riding? Like, if your husband had an addiction, you would try to stick with them until, like, your husband cheats. I don't know if you going right, because now it's some different things. Like, your husband loses his job. Okay, I'm around for you. We're gonna figure this out. But it is. That's why it's not unconditional, because it doesn't make you shouldn't be stupid and unhappy trying to. You shouldn't be that.
Right.
And when you are that, especially after, like, cheating, like, I'm sure you're gonna feel like that probably forever. Like, I don't know how women really get past it. Most of the times, I think they're, like, cheaters themselves. I really don't know how you would really get past that.
Yeah.
If y'all made this real bond, to be together, you really just don't love him. I don't know.
Yeah, I see what you're saying.
What is it then?
I mean, I don't know.
But
it's like a really good thing to think about, honestly. And I just just for me personally, it's just like certain things I told you, like, that buffalo chicken. I'm serious about that. I'm not.
Did you make it?
Of course I did.
Good.
Of course I did.
Of course I did. Got that.
It's now on my radar. Like, I know it's
if you
so.
Knew that
you know what I'm saying?
Your life could be so great and y'all could be happy forever just by make the goddamn chicken.
How hard is that?
Why would I not?
It came up this way too often.
Mm-hmm.
It's real.
You're like, oh, that's the thing for us.
Come on,
we're gonna make this buffalo chicken.
That's it. That's crazy. Like, but it's just a real thing. So just some things I think women have to take into account, and then
it's just too much. I just feel like our stuff is so much bigger. Well, yours is just buffalo chicken dip, but I feel like
I'm pretty sure it's other small stuff too. But I'm just saying, like, for something small,
that definitely
it can be done.
But for some people, it's quit your job, and it's like, what I'm gonna do then?
Well, that should have been discussed. Like, there's no way we doing that. Like, like, let's not do that. That's weird.
Yeah.
No.
That's weird. We can't go there because that's weird.
That's like, this should have been a discussion.
Whoa, how did
why
we
are
get
we
there?
here? How are we here now? That's really the question of the day. But no, it's just something that I just was thinking about, and then I haven't gotten too deep into the episodes, but the guy was just, he just basically said,
sound like a chauvinist. Did you get that?
Who, him?
Yeah, like I was like, this sounds like an abusive relationship. Like,
who? You know about
the girl,
Letitia.
No,
I did think that was. I'm talking about Mel and
Mel and
Martell.
Mm-hmm.
It's too many Mars.
I know.
And
but so many M names.
I don't know. It was just, I'm not going to say. And then I don't know who she's been all her life. If she's talk like that, sound like that, being rude like that. Mm-hmm. But it's a lot of things that can be.
She got some aggression to him. That's why I was wondering. Like, is this new? I don't know.
Too much.
It could be because he just. But that's the thing too. So now she's accepted that, he cheated, but they trying to ruin their relationship. But sis brings it up so much.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
She never stopped looking at him as a cheater. She talks to him like he's her child. Like, well, you hurt me, so I can just keep acting like this. Like, that's how she feels. Like, it's like, you should look and see that it's not even healthy.
And then it's like, honestly, and she need to just honestly she need to shut up and let it play out. I mean, if you want to write it down, honestly.
I can't wait for you to see what's going on now.
Well, I need for her to, if she really feel the way, write it down. Like, don't say it out loud. Just write it down so you have a mental note. You got it. Trust me.
Do you believe in forgiving and forgetting?
Forgiving and forgetting?
Yeah, that's probably a good thing to think about.
Oh, probably. I'm a big person on,
You think you will really forget, just because who you are, you will just forget about it.
It's just too much. I can't even, and then let me say it like this, not to say it won't be years of, it's a process, but I'm more of a forgive and forget.
That's probably not me. That's why I'm thinking, like, for cheating, that would be a deal breaker because I wouldn't forget. Like, I would be getting married, like, I will still never forget. It would just be a mess. Here go the baby. Like, you could have ruined us. Like, I would never move back. I don't know, which is kind of scary because I hope I can move past some stuff, but I don't know. It would probably, it would have to be some sort I would have to get closure, and I don't see how I would get closure from that situation. No, I don't see how I would get closure from that. But that's how I feel like some women are able to accept it. Like, they must really just be like, I don't know. Oh, so watch The Vow. I don't know if you remember that movie. Rachel McAdams and Channing Tatum. Oh, and in that movie, her father had cheated with, like, her best friend. And she found out, and she's like talking to the mom. She was like, why would you stay with him? Like, he cheated on you. Yeah. It was a great scene.
I remember
And
that.
the mother was like, because, like, she was like, I was going to leave. Like, I was going to pack out myself. But then she realized, like, this is my family, like, my memories.
Right.
And she said, like, instead of leaving him for the, like, one wrong thing he did, she was going to stay with him for all the great things. You dumb. It's not like you even saying the wrong thing, I'm over. You just like, no, I just had so many happy memories. Like, I'm not, man.
That's what all the
But the thing is, they did make the husband, like, seem like he was better, like, moving past it. But I'm just like, no. That's not a good enough. Because it sounded really nice. Like, oh, yeah, like, I can focus on all this positive. But...
You just like, absolutely
I didn't go cheat. I didn't do this.
Yeah, I didn't bring this upon myself.
No, like, why are we forgetting?
I think, again, I don't know. I remember the movie, and I don't remember all of what took place. It was just the same movie where the lady had seen somebody else. You ever seen that? It was a movie where it was like a big to-do about the husband cheating, and then it never was said, like, out loud, but it was... during the conversation or silence, you knew, oh, dang, the mom, like, had all,
this wasn't
that's why she accepted. Okay. But yeah,
that's crazy.
That was an interesting twist. But then it was some movie with black people where the mother was cheated on. It was a recent movie too, and oh dang, it's at the tip of my tongue. But what's it? It wasn't the movie with Tiffany Haddish. No, I don't think that was. I don't know. But anyway, there was another scene of why'd you accept it, and same deal.
All the good memories and stuff.
Yeah.
It's just kind of like, well, when you say that, that's what his little ass was thinking when he did it. Well, I've been a good up until this point.
Yeah, like, he was. There you go, his little ass.
Been good up until, because I can hear him saying that to you, like, think of our life and everything. That'd be wild. Sir, you did this.
That'd be wild.
But again, that is focusing. on the sexual part of it, because I'm like, you can have,
okay,
like it's so many other things that you can do to break this trust in our marriage,
right?
And when you just boil it down to just that thing, like I maybe I could rationalize to where it's like not okay, but I could rationalize to where we can stay together, because I'm like, okay, why am I making this one thing bigger than our whole life and bigger than our whole story? I mean, it's a lot.
It's a lot. That's all I can really say when you think about it, and that's what I'm saying. Like, it's an interesting thing, and it's funny how just watching these shows, and then obviously being super young to being where I'm at now, it's just not to say any of this is accepting. Like I'm saying, oh yeah, that's okay if you cheat. No, that's not what I'm saying at all.
Like Mariah and her husband.
Oh well, yeah. That's an interesting thing.
I don't even know the whole cheating story. I just know that he did cheat. Like, it would seem like they're like completely past it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They are. She has no problem bringing it up.
Yeah.
Or brought it up that one time.
Yeah.
That's it. And and then him. That was my favorite part. Like, he looking like, what? I ain't gonna say the word. He looking just like that, and sitting there like, you told me. I told him. That's when I'm talking.
You did
when
it.
I say you can bring it up, that's what I'm talking about right there. What you mean? You didn't do it?
When I heard him cheating, when I first thought about it, I was like, in my mind, I'm like, well, maybe if it happened early in their relationship. Yeah. And I was thinking, maybe she didn't love him at that point. That's how I would get past it, because I know I will be able to rationalize that, because I remember when
you are sick.
I know because I remember
you are crazy.
It was another Housewives. Because that's when it's like not even because some women can say like before the actual marriage, so that's why when they be out cheating on the bachelor party, they're like, all right, we're gonna. No, I would never do that. Yeah, but like, I really could see myself understanding that, because when you meet somebody, you may be talking to other people at some point. You don't remember this story? It was a lady, the real short. I think her name was Lisa, and her husband. This was Married to Medicine.
Oh yeah.
It was Married to Medicine, and her husband. I think he continued to cheat, but when she said when at first. They were saying that he was still cheating, but yeah, she was like, it was when like the first 3 or 4 months of their relationship. Yeah, and I was like, oh yeah, like you probably would still care, but I can see myself like we fresh moving back. Yeah, I can see that happening. But I do think like, because just Mariah don't know anything about that love story, but when when it took place, we don't know when it took place. But if it was earlier on. She was like a younger girl. She had a child. Yeah. He was like a doctor. I can see you accepting that and really not even being that upset. And now we're going to build that life. Right. I can actually see that. Right. If I'm marrying a doctor. Now some shit has changed. Like, I'm about to marry a whole doctor. We going to get together. We going to be better now, right? Right. We good. We in this for real now. I don't know. But maybe a little different. No, it's all crazy, interesting, and then I do like the fact that Mel. That's interesting that they have these conversations at the table, because Kimmy was like, "Oh, here you go with the questions." And I'm like, but these are great questions to think about and to get real honest opinions, because, like she said, people, and I agree with that. Like, people love to talk about how great marriage is, but y'all say how hard it is. But y'all don't even talk about what y'all went through. Hard. Yeah, when was it hard? About it? Tell me about it, because it was always cheating. It's normally always cheating. Every time it's cheating. It's hard work. Maybe a couple of money problems, but what is the hard work? Like, why am I signing up to be in this? No, I get you. Okay, no, I was on the same page as you. You said I that. I'm like, you about to say no, but that obviously is work. But I'm just saying, I think there's some aspects, and you're right. Most of it is probably having to do with cheating, but that's just nobody ever discusses that. Yeah, I think that's just interesting. I mean, I understand like it's going to be some learning together, because we both. I mean, we in the marriage now. We always at different stages of our lives, because now I'm 40. I'm different. Like, now you're 45. You're going to do something different. So I can see where it could be some hard times because you think you marrying the same person the rest of your life, but you definitely not.
In life.
You definitely not. You could try to hold on to some of those things, but
I agree.
yeah, it's
good.
It's interesting. Again, we be ending up back in this.
Mm-hmm.
It's because I'm trying to figure it out just to see where my life is going. Like I know I'm just trying to figure out like where's your life going with this. Like, I'm accepting cheating now? Like, am I a cheater now? Yeah. Like, my goodness. Like, this is what we doing now. It's really not, because I swear, when you start hearing people's stories, like, then they making a decision on their own. Yeah. I'm trying to rationalize that decision now. It makes more sense to me. Like, okay, like, I get why you're there, sis. Yeah. Like,
the prime example for us, I don't know about people listening, but Married to Medicine, Jackie and her husband. That's a great example to me.
That one, no. I don't.
You just don't like the way he looked or something. I'm 100% sure.
I hate the way he looked. He looks a lot better though, because his mouth is disgusting.
I knew it was so. Because I'm like,
and he's honestly, so tall. I feel like he bullies her.
Oh my!
So Mary even got her to take you, but it's sick. No. He didn't let her have a child. I'm sorry, that is wrong. And then you go out here and cheat on me. And then it's not even cheating one time. It's a whole relationship and vacations. And just because you're caught now, we can talk and work it out. Like, I understand. Maybe that really was it. Yeah. Like, now we talking about it. Yeah. Now, oh yeah, I do love you. Crazy. I just could never even get back to that point because I'm already one foot out the door. Like, I'm already done. Like, I will not even be able to understand. I won't. And that's it, because I will understand you cheating if we talked about that shit. And I just never changed because I'm just a mess.
That was a part of it.
She was a mess because she went through cancer. Okay. She had this life that she didn't expect she was going to have. She think she was going to have these children and this husband and this house. And that's that.
So outside of that, because for me, if I was him, what you're not going to do is throw stuff. I'm sorry, you can't. I hear it again. This is
submissive.
These are real opinions, and this is the truth.
Okay, go ahead. Talk.
We can't do that. Like, I don't want you to be throwing up the fact that you didn't have a kid because.
My nigga told her we not having a kid, and he knew. But that was the issue where it's like, right, like. I know that y'all discussed it, and I know that I said I was okay with it. You, as her husband, should have known she wasn't okay with it. He was like, you remember that conversation because they shook. It's not. I mean, it's not. It's wrong. It's true. Okay.
Because that's not fair to him when he's accepted. I know,
but we is human.
I get it.
You know, that's what it's like. So just how you human and you missing the fact that this is killing me.
I understand.
You missing the fact that I am dying.
Dying.
Because I'm bringing it up to you, even though I know we talked about it.
I hear it.
You know my life. I want to be a mother. I went through cancer. And you like, you know what? We need to stop living in dreamland and moving our life. You are destroying me. And I found a way to understand that, you know, you might be right because my body can't go through this. Like, you might be right. Why are you not being my husband saying, well, let's adopt a baby?
He didn't want to.
He didn't want to. She clearly wanted to. He already had his children level. She clearly said, all right, this is a new option for me, because I'm sure they probably was like, you know, we done. We're not going to try to handle babies. All right, here's a new option for me. And he shut it down like a jet. He was disgusting. A big old nasty man, just disgusting. Missing every emotion, every sign. Because he could care less. Because he probably was about to go cheat on her.
Oh my God.
And now you want to take this broken ass nigga back? I was so mad at Jackie. I'm like, nothing Jackie say now, I can even.
I remember you said you can't trust her.
Can't trust the word that comes out her mouth now. Because you are, and it's so sad because I'm pretty sure, I don't know Jackie obviously. She stayed because she don't want to be alone. Because I'm sure it would be hard to kind of start over. You a whole doctor. Go get yourself in there. But I'm telling you, it made no sense to me. This man ruined your life at this point.
Yeah.
Go adopt your baby and be a single mom. Like.
But obviously she don't want that.
She don't, because she's in loss. Like, I don't know.
Now she's in loss.
Because I'm trying to take foot. It makes no sense. Like, you trusted this man to make this decision for y'all, and it's the same man who went out and cheated.
I get what you're saying. I get exactly what you're saying.
I don't say.
But to me,
there would be some real therapy.
The fact that they had discussions about what he's needing from her.
That's because that's who you
about.
are. You like, well, this is actually us being clear about what we want. Like, he couldn't be more clear.
Yeah, I don't know what you want me to say.
You need to just understand that people lie, Jasmine. You be like, well, you said it, so
I can't.
I gotta.
Well, that's
I know I lied to you.
It
would be so simple if you just knew that people lie.
But you know what?
Yesterday you said it. I know.
I think it's easier to believe what people say.
That's you, because I think it's for you. You like, well, it's said, it's done. This is it. It's real now. And I'm like, still a lie. I'm still not gonna be there at 7:00. It's a lie.
Exactly, it's a lie.
Because I lie.
Well, you know what? I think too, as off of patterns and habits to answer that. So for me, after a while, I would know what's up. But if I say we have a conversation, and I don't know, like if. Let's just say it was opposite. Me and Rich said we didn't want children, and then all of a sudden he came to me like he wanted kids. I'm not gonna say I wouldn't think about it, but I'm just saying
I'm like, how can you not see that this was going? I know you. No, you need to understand. People change.
They do. I get it, but
so I knew that was our plan.
But
that was Jeannie mine.
I'm so mad you said it. I just want to say
yes. 2 points to me because my nigga, I actually was with her because she excuse me, sir, I don't want to have children.
Yeah, okay.
Because I know what children would do to my life.
Right.
But sis, your whole husband that you want to spend the rest of your life with is just telling you hey, I know we decided, that we just wasn't going to have children. I have grown, I'm just in a different place. I'm in a different place.
He was never in a different place. Like you said, he lied. And that's on him.
Because he loved her.
Well,
and he just we can evolve together. That's knowing somebody who's like an atheist and not just believing that at some point,
that's weird.
Well, I'm in that space right now, so that's good. I know it is very hard, but I'm just because I just feel like you kind of uneducated. So sorry, friend, but I feel like you uneducated. So all you gotta do is learn a little bit. I swear, I feel like I sent the Bible out. I sent playing. I was like, no, I just want you to read it. I was like, read it as a book.
It's not gonna work.
I don't know. What? I mean, we're gonna talk offline.
I'm just letting you know.
That's who's Sierra. And that's back to it's these conversations. I know y'all, they are crazy. But it's just the shit that be in my mind and how I be connecting stuff. This is me as an Aries. It's just who I am. I don't understand until you understand what I'm telling you. It's great. How can you not? How are you gonna say you an atheist, but you're not educated on anything out there? Maybe you might want to be a Jew. Go read and figure it out.
I don't know. I just for me it's the acceptance.
I know, and that really and it kills me because I'm like, you don't even have nothing that you. Why are you accepting it? Because I said it and I'm a liar. What are you talking? That is literally my problem with you. I'm a liar, and you over here taking us back. Now you telling somebody else no, it was all a lie. Well, I would just believe it, and I just be dying on the inside, yo, leave me alone. Cause you just so rational, Jasmine.
Yeah.
You so you put time into your decisions. Then you take people for their word. Yeah. Where does that come from? That's the Gemini. It's no, you can't tell me strong facts and then you take somebody for their word.
Yeah,
it's
but
I'm so lost.
Once it's, I know it rains crazy. They say it was going to do this all day. It's been doing that. I get what you're saying. It is a little odd. I hear it. It can be weird that I'm able to do that.
It's good that you want to see that in people.
It's just, I assume what you say is the truth. Unless I really know for sure that you're lying.
It's so funny. Yeah. I just lied
but
much.
In that sense.
You go accept it.
Well, no, but in that sense, though, I wouldn't think, somebody told me they had one religion, I wouldn't I hear what you're saying, or no religion. It's just
Yeah, I know. I do think it's wrong
get
because,
it.
like, if they told me they had a religion, I wouldn't try to change their religion.
Right.
But because you saying you have no religion, I have my religion. I'm like, oh, it's a good one. Like, why not just learn?
I hear
read
it.
up on it.
I get it.
I'm sure it is a little unfair, but I mean, we push shit on people all the time. Why would I not try to change your life for the better?
Why is it
That's
better?
how Sierra rationalized it, right? Because like I know what religion can do. Like I know when I'm not connected.
Well, you're supposed to do that.
I know, so that's why.
Good.
And as a Christian, you're supposed to teach me. Like
so that's good that you're doing it. I mean,
I'm not going to throw it down your face. I'm just saying, like, hey, if like I know people who depend on people. So if you depended on me because you see I'm a good person, I'm telling you my good is because I think because of the Bible.
Right.
Why would you not want to listen to that? Like, I mean, don't just say okay. Okay. But no, that's just where I don't even know what we were talking about before. Oh, the children thing. Yeah. So if you tell me, like, this point you don't have children, because I know I've changed my mind on children. Because I've changed. I grew up. Like, honestly, it just was sad. It was just said to me that they let it ruin their forever marriage because even he could have decided not to have children, but it was said that they let it ruin their marriage because of that. Because then they started saying like so many different things maybe they really didn't agree on. But I'm like, it's kind of crazy that I know that both of y'all had agreed to that, but if I started swaying into this way, you would think y'all so connected that maybe y'all. I don't know.
It's interesting stuff.
It is some crazy. It's some interesting stuff.
I mean, something to think about. I hear you. I really do, but I don't know. I mean, and then it could be a bad thing that I did think that way. Sometimes probably. Shouldn't hold people to their word, but. What else am I supposed to really do?
What else?
I mean, it's a lot to me.
And like in marriage, like you want me to hold you to that I do. So that's holding you to words, right?
Yeah.
You saying
that's what you expect. And so
it's kind of like we can't have it both ways.
Right. And then, I don't know.
Because, if we decide to not have children, then he like, oh, hey, do this. I would be like, no, because I already told you, who I am. And it might not be for the children. That's what she explained, too. She was like, for me to have a child, like, because it might change, because, they always say, like, it's changed. But you can love the child, but still not even know how to take care of the child. Right. Because that might be me. Like, I might not know how to take care of it. I'm going to love it.
Yeah.
Crazy. Even if I don't know everything I'm ready for. But, it might not be the best thing just to be... Oh yeah, just do it. It'll work out. Like who does that with a whole human being?
No, I mean, but going back to that Jackie and Curtis thing, I think that was a great example of what we were talking about earlier, which I forgot. Yes. But yeah, because I mean, if you watch the episodes prior, it just was a build up when she came to, I think, Hawaii or wherever they went by herself because Curtis didn't want to go because he was through with her not giving him time. That was really what it came down to.
So that was the part that I didn't want to miss. Yeah, because he did say like, what she was doing, and she knew that she was just giving herself to that damn job. Just doing whatever she wanted to do. Like
ignoring all his needs, everything.
And, very true.
At the end of the day, I hope she would never go back and say because she couldn't have a kid. Because again, honestly, she can't hold that against him because he's right. Like, because it's like almost, well, what did you want him to do? Like, I understand you can bring it up, but honestly, I hear people change. I get that, but you can't do that. I mean, you can, but I mean that's a lot, and I need you to be prepared as a person to come to me and hear me say no. Like, I need you to be ready.
Yeah. Don't
be ready for me to say yes. Like, please don't do that.
Like, I'm going to still say no. Now, figure out what you want to do about it.
It's like, I don't know. I mean, but then again, I'm also a person who doesn't need to stick to a plan either. So,
my little last thought on it is just that, like, I know you're supposed to kind of grow together, but maybe that's not, like, the right thing to do. Like, maybe y'all should be these. Separate. Yeah, because... and then y'all can figure out how to still work together. Yeah, like,
I agree.
That might be a good idea.
Now, I know at one point in time, marriages was happening. Men were older, more established. Women were younger. They were just there to have kids. Now in the world that we live in, because we were talking about this, and I was saying, like, if I had a daughter specifically, I really can't tell her when. I see people be making jokes about it, but I'm dead serious when I say I don't know when they should be in a relationship. I honestly don't know, and I don't know when they should have sex either anymore, because it's like, to me, a lot of that ruins a lot of what you could be accomplishing as a woman. And then you got all this other stuff that can go into it, and I don't know. But it's just, I understand that now, and I do agree that maybe there's a certain point where maybe you should have certain milestones in your own life personally before you interact with the person. My mother did always tell me that I should live by myself. That never happened. I mean, because she always said you always want to make sure that you know you can live by yourself and take care of yourself, which I know I could. Are you just distracted by the ring?
That ring was wild.
Yeah. But yeah, there's certain things that I think people should accomplish, men and women, before maybe they introduce themselves to someone else. Like, really put themselves out there to an individual.
Because otherwise, like, it's kind of like a child. Like, not just that you're going to start being molded by somebody else. Right. And it may not always be the best. It may be amazing. Yeah. You said Beyonce?
She was 21.
Yeah. No, it's really true. But she could have been an older 21 and she ended up molding him too. Maybe. Maybe they mold at a different, different ages in line.
Yeah, definitely. But she molded him recently.
Yes. But, that is really true. It is crazy though, that because you always say that for girls. Like, yeah, you should always do these things before you. So I think because they know you're going to lose yourself.
Yeah.
Like, they know. Because you're going to be a mom, like, they know you're going to lose yourself, even in love with this child. Like, it's going to happen. Or you're in love with this man. So, like, enjoy these things on your own time, like, your own life, because then it does change, because now you got a family, you welcome these people into your life. Yeah. And I think that you should definitely be focused on your family when you decide to have a family. So, like Contessa, her little ass is not right. That's the other last thing I'm going to do.
Okay.
You aren't focused on your family with the decision you made. Like, I know she wanted her husband to support her, because that's exactly what I would want. Like, my husband to support me on this new little journey I'm doing. But it was not conducive for her family.
Yeah.
And now to be walking around having temper tantrums every goddamn day about it, it's just like, honestly, if you made a decision, you should have wrote it out and just finished it, because now it's just horrible. Like, I can really see them getting a divorce, because she is just so upset about it. But it's like, you created a family.
Right.
Like, I know we let men do it. Stop letting them fucking do it then. Right. Like, so that, because it's not, you doing it doesn't make it right. Right. Like, it's a mess.
Right.
It's a whole mess.
All right. I'm ready. I mean, we don't have to wait out this rain, but I done ran out of thoughts.
Yeah, I don't even know what we started talking about, but we recorded it. We can go back and listen to it.
Yeah.
All right, see y'all next week.
See ya.